It's 11:30 in Pittsburgh. During the next half hour, we're going to tell you about a personalized step-by-step program that'll help you stop smoking in the next 3 weeks. Some of the stars of I Do have stopped by. They're going to chat about the Civic Light Opera production that opens tonight at Heinz Hall. And Gene Conley's here. He's going to tell us all about the Three Rivers Regatta coming up this weekend. This and more on Good Day Pittsburgh.
Good morning and welcome to Good Day Pittsburgh with Eleanor Schano White and Tom Peterson with news.
Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, August 7th. Beautiful, warm day here in Pittsburgh. Hopefully this weather is going to hold right through the weekend, so we'll have a fine regatta down at the point. We're going to meet Gene Conley in just a minute, but first it's time for Tom Peterson. He's ready with the mid-morning news update. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Eleanor, and good morning, everyone. A coroner's hearing is underway at this hour in Pittsburgh for 26-year-old Robert Crawford of the Hill District. He's charged in the robbery stabbing death of 26-year-old Marjorie Hicks, a clerk in Rogers Jewelry Store located on Liberty Avenue downtown, that occurred last week. The Hicks woman lived in Baden, Beaver County. Pittsburgh police now have several leads in the slaying of 24-year-old Carol Jersick. Police got a tip yesterday about the discovery of groceries strewn about the neighborhood near where Miss Jersick lived in Squirrel Hill. That leads detectives to believe that, contrary to the original theory, Miss Jersick was within several doors of her home when she was attacked. It had been thought the young woman was attacked along the trail in Frick Park, where her body was found. Police also found a knife late yesterday in the park that may have been the murder weapon. Police are intensifying their search for new clues. One man is dead and another woman seriously injured in separate and bizarre accidents last night near Latrobe in Westmoreland County. 69-year-old Joseph Roman of Loyal Hannah was killed when his car ran out of control and hit a tree on Watt Avenue in Latrobe. The running engine was then thrown into reverse and the victim's car backed into a garage. A short time later, 20-year-old Rita was seriously injured when she lost control of her car and it ran off the Latrobe Crabtree Road, hit a tree, and continued on a circle pattern into a field, then crashed again into the same tree. She's listed in serious condition this morning at a Latrobe area hospital. A strike against the Vogel Disposal Company is over this morning, and garbage collection can resume in 9 North Hills communities affected by that nearly 1 week-long walkout. Officials of Vogel are asking residents to put out small amounts of trash so the workers will not be overloaded with the trash pickup. Garbage collection will resume today in northern Allegheny County and southern Butler County. Strikes continue against Westinghouse Electric Corporation and by drivers for the Airlines Transportation Company, which serves Greater Pittsburgh International Airport. No new talks are slated in either of those walkouts. A Vietnamese boat family separated for about a month have been reunited here in Pittsburgh. The family did not embrace when the newcomers walked off the plane at Greater Pittsburgh Airport this morning, but there were ear-to-ear smiles which told of their deep happiness. Pham Kong Na, who goes by his Christian name Thomas, and his dark, slender wife Nuyet greeted her parents and 4 brothers at the airport at dawn this morning. They had been apart since Thomas and his wife left them at a Malaysian refugee camp for a new life in America about a month or so ago. Nuclear power would apparently never again be generated at the 3 Mile Island nuclear facility if a bill passed by a State House committee yesterday is approved by the full legislature. The bill is sponsored by York County Representative Eugene Giese, whose legislative district includes the area across the river from the nuclear facility. He said he wouldn't object, though, to the planned reopening as a fossil-fired generating facility. Clearfield County in north-central Pennsylvania is one of more than 40 sites in 8 different states under consideration by the Carter administration as the possible site for a new synthetic fuels plant. The new plant would mean 4,000 jobs to the county in which it is finally located. In federal court here in Pittsburgh, the trial of 3 area men along with several West Virginia residents is in its second day today. The 3 area defendants are Curtis Brown of Republic, Lawrence Victoria of Monessen, and Gerald Wall of Uniontown. They are all members of an alleged counterfeiting ring that operated throughout the tri-state. Allegheny County Common Pleas Judge Robert Dower has revoked the private detective license of Joseph Downey of California, Pennsylvania, because the man fabricated a report linking federal judge Hubert Teitelbaum with reputed mobster Gabriel Kelly Manarino of the Pittsburgh district. President Carter took a regularly scheduled train to Baltimore today in what the White House described as an opportunity to demonstrate the use of mass transit to conserve energy. His trip is designed to drum up support for his energy policies. He also visited a solar-heated home in Baltimore. The resurrected Amtrak Crescent obviously paid off for the federal government during the month of May. The Washington to New Orleans passenger train reported ridership increased 78% from May of 1978. 25,000 persons rode the train during the month of May. It now runs daily. In sports, the Pirates are in Chicago this afternoon to play the Cubs in the first of a three-game set. Then it's on to Philadelphia for another what could be a brutal five-game set in Philadelphia. And for the third year in a row, TV 53 will televise the Penguins hockey games this season. The schedule includes 18 regular season face-offs plus playoff games involving the Pens. The first game to be televised here on TV 53, October 21st at 7:30 against the New York Rangers. That's news and sports. Thanks for being with us. Now back to Ellie.
Thanks, Tom. Pittsburgh's biggest fishing tournament, pleasure boat parade, a sailboat race. What more, Gene Conley? We have Three Rivers Regatta, the second annual, coming up this weekend. The list goes on and on.
Eleanor, we have a lot of things scheduled. We're going to have hang gliders coming off the cliffs of Mount Washington. We're going to have 16 parachute jumpers in the air at any one given time. We're going to have some of the greatest water skiers in the area that will be skiing, and we have some of the high-powered speedboats that will be racing. The entire stern wheelers, we have 11 stern wheelers that are registered. There are not too many stern wheelers left in the country, but we have representation from Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, of course.
This all begins when? Friday?
No, it actually begins Saturday at noon. We do have our fishing, the Roger Latham Fishing Contest, which began this past Sunday, and it's for 16 years of age and under. There are many thousands of tagged fish in the river, and anybody pulling out the largest tagged fish will be eligible to win many prizes.
So it's not too late to enter that fishing tournament?
No, they're still able to fish this entire week right through the Sunday of the regatta.
What kind of prize?
Oh, there's loads of prizes. We have a photo contest too that Photo Hut is sponsoring. They have $1,500 worth of prizes, but there's just loads of prizes. There are hundreds of prizes, Eleanor.
You can take pictures then of the pleasure boat parade. Well, there are just probably thousands of beautiful pictures that you'll be able to take at the point this weekend.
I'm sure there will be. We're going to have a special boat parade with, there'll be hundreds and hundreds of all the pleasure boats in the parade. The Gateway Clipper Fleet is going to lead the parade, but there'll be hundreds of boats in the entire parade for us.
We have some pretty big names coming in as guests. Buster Crabbe, the famous swimming star, and Kirk Allen, who was the original Superman.
That's right. He's just about my age.
The thing that interests me, Gene, is that this is not just for people who own boats. And I think it's important to bring this out because a lot of us who are landlubbers who don't have boats, we say, hey, you know, what is there for us? And this year you have planned a lot of things for the spectators, right?
Eleanor, we have a lot of entertainment, and it's all some of the best entertainment too. This is professional entertainment that's going to be taking place. We have a stage right at the point, and this will be taking place all day. There's entertainment for the youngsters. There's going to be, I think it's a noodle soup play that's going to be presented for the youngsters. And there's activity and loads of good ethnic food and just goodies of all kinds for everybody.
Gene, where is most of the activity going to take place? Right at the point?
Right at the point, yes. It will be centered there. We have a lot of the contests that will be on the Mon River, and some of them will be on the Allegheny, but it will be centered right around the focal point. Will be right at the point.
In other words, if you get down early and get a good spot right at the point, you'll be right in the thick of things, right?
That's right. We had in excess of 300,000 people attended last year, and we're expecting to exceed that this year. We also have 100 swimming entries in our swim contest. They're going to swim across the Allegheny River, which is a distance of 900 feet from the Clemente Park over to the point.
And you have T-shirts, I understand.
Oh,
that say, I
sure
swam the Allegheny. And Buster Crabbe is going to make the presentations.
He's going to make the presentation to the successful swimmers. That's right. We also have a clam bake, a whistleblowing contest, just a lot of things that the Grand Concourse and Station Square have sponsored. We're going to have a captain's dinner on Saturday evening, and the public's extended an invitation to join with us. Tickets are available at the Hilton Hotel for the captain's dinner.
All right, now, what about other food facilities? Are there going to be any opportunities to buy food, or do you have to pack your lunch when you come down?
No, there's going to be all the food concessions will be there. There'll be a lot of food concessionaires, and a lot of the ethnic food groups will be there. So we'll have loads of food, Eleanor.
You also have you were telling me, a celebrity canoe race, right, with some local radio and television personalities participating. That sounds like a great idea, because I know a lot of local radio and television personalities who've been told to go paddle their own canoe. So that should prove to be. When is that going to take place?
That's going to take place on Saturday afternoon.
Saturday
And
afternoon.
we're hopeful that maybe you would be one of our participants.
Take that matter under advisement, all right. Gene, the whole thing gets underway Saturday at noon, continues through...
Sunday evening at 8 o'clock will be the conclusion. We will have some of the awarding of some of the events Saturday evening, and then the rest of the awards will be presented Sunday evening.
And the price is right.
The price is free, Eleanor. That's the nice part about it. There's no charge to anybody. We're going to have the hot air balloon rides, and this is all free, Eleanor. There's nothing that there's... it's free to the public.
Well, Gene, you have worked a long time to bring this whole thing together. Now all we need is the cooperation from the weatherman. Please, no rain. I think we got all that out of the way on the 4th of July.
I hope so. we're saying our prayers.
Gene Conley, thank you so much. Three Rivers Regatta coming up this Saturday and Sunday down at the Point. We'll be right back. You've heard of being $1 short and a day late. Well, I'm a whole week late. Shame on me. Good News opens tonight at the Civic Light Opera at Hines Hall. I do. That was last week. Yes. Oh, well, that's one for me. We have with us now the stars of Good News, and I'm going to have that indelibly etched in my mind. Maureen Brennan, Stephen James, and Rita Rudner. Good News. It's musical.
Yes, ma'am.
Sets place in the Roaring 20s.
1929, to be exact.
When things were probably just as rambunctious and risque, and we talk about the 60s and the 70s as being so awful. Actually, I think our parents have some, and grandparents have some explaining to do about some things that took place in the 20s. It's a fun musical, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's very fun, yeah.
All of you, I just had a chance to skim your resumes. You've all had such illustrious backgrounds. You have from Broadway to summer stock to television. Which do you like best? I'd like all of your opinions.
You start.
Well, I prefer stage, really. I think most actors do, as a first love, as opposed to television or film, because stage is really the purest form of communicating with an audience, because they're right there in front of you. You can hear them react, and you can play off one another. An audience and an actor always play off one another. And on television, or in a dramatic role on television especially, all you have to play with is the camera, is the lens, and usually there's all hell breaking loose around you, and technicians and people running around, and you have to focus on the camera and the scene, whereas in theater you have an audience that's right there with you, and you can hear them with you.
You look familiar. You died in a soap opera.
I did, yes.
We were just talking about it.
Yes, I was a casualty of being the first interracial marriage on daytime television.
All my children.
All my children, yes.
When you died, is that because you had another commitment and they had to write you out of the script? And how does that work?
Well, the way I found out about it was I was reading the scene breakdowns for the next week, looking at when I was on. And I saw a day that I was on, and it said the scene, they list what scenes you're in and where it takes place. And one scene says a portion of a small plane. And then the next scene said a portion of Carl's ICU. And I didn't know what an ICU was, so I said to the makeup lady, "What's an ICU?" And she looked at me as if she had just seen a ghost. And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I said, "What do you mean?" She says, ICU means intensive care unit. So I said, well, if I'm flying in a small plane and I'm going to be in an intensive care unit, that's so long for Carl Blair.
Oh, a little bit of behind the scenes in
Yes.
good old showbiz.
Yes.
Rita, you've done a lot of television too. Some television commercials, anything that our viewers might recognize right away?
Oh, well, I have some running in New York a lot. I have yogurts, and I did one where I was levitated over a mattress. I used to be in the magic show. I was in the magic show last year, and they picked me as the girl to be levitated over a Simmons mattress. And I've been singing and dancing about Dr. Pepper for a while and things like that.
Any commercials that you have done, Maureen?
Yes, I have one that I understand has been shown all over Pittsburgh for the last year for High C soft drink. And
I think the attitude of serious actors and actresses toward television commercials have changed because, you know, we've seen some of the really big heavyweights who have been peddling things on television. As a matter of fact, Jill Choder, who's in Good News, she's the...
she plays Babe O'Day, the...
She's the campus fun girl.
Yeah, she's
boy
the
crazy.
whoopee girl.
Yeah.
But she also, on television, does something with bathroom tissue, doesn't she?
I was supposed to do one of those commercials
Whipple.
last week.
Yes, yes, yes. She squeezes the you-know-what.
Yes.
Yeah. You all seem to agree then that there's just nothing like live theater. I mean, just feeling that
best.
audience.
You do get, you can create something new every time. That's the best thing about it. You don't only get one chance to do it, you get maybe 200 chances to do it, and you keep growing and keep trying new things. So you grow as a performer as well as watching other people enjoy it, I think.
Did you all know each other before you did this show?
I knew Maureen from mutual friends and things.
Stephen and I worked together before.
We've talked about it before when we've talked to the stars of the Civic Light Opera. Summer stock is probably the most difficult because you don't have that much time. You have 1 week's rehearsal. And you better get it together in that week or
Exactly.
else. Unlike Broadway, when, golly, how long do you rehearse before a show
About
opens?
6 weeks.
6 weeks, and
4
then
to
maybe a
6
couple of
weeks.
weeks of previews where you have an audience, but you really haven't opened yet. You have preview audiences where you get a chance to get the rhythm of the show.
That you don't even have here. What do you think of our Pittsburgh audiences now? I know that you played in a show earlier this
Yes,
year.
ma'am. They're fun.
You're making me feel very old, Maureen.
No, I'm
If you call
sorry,
me
I'm so
ma'am one
polite
more
right
time. I mean, really, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been called ma'am in a long time.
She calls me ma'am.
Oh, that makes me feel better. All right, just a very well brought up young lady. Okay, fine. Pittsburgh audiences.
I think that they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed them. They seem to be very responsive and are right in there with us.
Used to be years ago that they would try out Broadway shows in Pittsburgh because we had a reputation for being, you know, very, very cool and very critical. But I think we've warmed up a little bit since then.
I think so. I don't have anything bad to say about them.
Is this your first time in Heinz
Stephen's
Hall?
been here before.
Yeah, I was here in '76 doing Shenandoah at Civic Light Opera.
In '76, let's see, we were at Heinz Hall in '76,
yeah.
Well, Civic Light Opera has had a lot of homes, including Pitt Stadium,
yeah.
so Heinz Hall is certainly
It's
a
lovely,
treat. I mean,
yes.
it's a treat for the audience, and I'm sure that you all share the enthusiasm for performing in such a beautiful place.
Yes.
Good news, folks, not I do. Good news, opening tonight at Heinz Hall, and I know that there aren't an abundance of tickets, but maybe if you get down there, you can pick one up at the box office. Stephen, Maureen, Rita, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we'll be
you.
right back. You want to stop smoking, you've tried a lot of times before. At least you want to cut down, but you realize that you need some help. Well, the Christmas Seal League has provided that help. It's a marvelous program, and Frank Donahue, the executive director, is here to tell us about it. Frank, I have looked through this packet, and I am very impressed. It's a step-by-step outline of a 21-day personal smoking reduction program. I think that word personal is very important, and reduction program, that you're not going to really make somebody feel terrible if they don't quit in 21 days.
Well, you've got the two key words. Excuse me. It is personal, and it's designed to be applied to whatever your smoking habit is. From 10 cigarettes a day to 70 cigarettes a day. You can adjust the program to go from wherever you are to 0 in 21 days, the ultimate. But if you don't quit, it's not all bad. If you reduce, that's just as helpful in many ways. And so what we're trying to do is to get as many people as possible to call us at the League, 621-0400.
621-0400. Going to write that number down.
Right.
And you send out a kit, and it's a very impressive kit. It has a lot of information, and it has a little envelope that's marked A and a little envelope that's marked B, and the B envelope is fatter than the A envelope. And I assume that you start with A. And then you have cards, and you send the cards back in, right?
Well, this is the personalized part of it. If you tell us your smoking habit for 2 days, how many cigarettes you smoke over a period of 2 days, we'll send you the materials to develop your own personal smoking reduction plan.
Okay, we have a shot of this now. As you can see, it says day 1, number of cigarettes smoked, and this hypothetical case makes a lot of smokers feel good because someone has penciled in 36. So, I mean, you know, if you smoke more than a pack a day, you're not going to feel like there's you're a freak. Number of cigarettes smoked from 6 a.m. to 12 noon to 6, so on and so forth. And at what age did you start smoking? All of this very interesting information that I think causes one to stop and sort of reflect on their own personal habits. The other thing I found interesting is that you recognize the fact that smoking is tied in with daily activities.
You bet.
Like
Very much
answering
so.
the telephone or driving in a car. I mean, a lot of smokers say, hey, I can't answer the phone until I have the cigarette and the matches right there.
People go on smoking binges when they drink coffee or when certain television shows come on if you're home or whatever.
Yeah.
And so what we're trying to do is to make you aware of the fact that there are periods in which you do more smoking or less smoking. And one way to attack it is to hit the high spots or hit the low spots. But in one way or another, if we know what you smoke in an average of 2 days, we can send you the materials to do it yourself.
You know, when you send this card back in, what happens to the card?
Well, we take the card and then we put together your kit depending on the number of cigarettes you smoke. We send you a little scale. It's almost like reading the mileage between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia on a map. We give you this little schedule, and then you work out where you start. If you're smoking 20 cigarettes a day, the reductions, for example, 20 cigarettes a day, the reductions are not dramatic. On the first day, you would reduce 2 cigarettes, and you would continue the same reduction, 18 cigarettes a day for day 2, day 3. Day 4, you would reduce another 1 or 2 cigarettes. And so it's not a shock treatment. But as I say, we believe, on the basis of 10 years or so tinkering with these kinds of programs, that reducing is as important as quitting.
You told me that if you even eliminate 1 cigarette a day, that you're doing your body some good. You have had this program available for just a couple of weeks, and you told me that you've had, what, about 300 phone calls a day?
300 callers a day in the last over 10 days. So that it is a popular kind of thing, and that you can do it yourself, you can do it at home, you do it on your own schedule, and if it doesn't work the first time, you can do it again.
I think you've done a lot of research before putting this program together, and you've asked people why they want to stop smoking. What is the most common reason they give?
Overwhelmingly, 99% say they're concerned about their health, or that they either have a health problem, or they think they have a health problem, or they're concerned that they may have a health problem, and they're right. That's the reason to quit.
The other encouraging thing that you told me, and Frank, you did tell me that at one time you did smoke, and I think you're a great ambassador because, look, you're slim and trim. That's the main reason why a lot of people who smoke, they're afraid to stop because they say, oh, well, then I'll be obese, and that's another health problem. But you have proven that it doesn't happen, and also, and I guess, I'm probably not even supposed to tell anybody that you used to smoke, but you also said that it is easy to quit.
Yeah, it's all in your mind, really, and I oversimplify, but if you want to quit, you can quit, or you can greatly reduce, and either way, you're ahead.
Now, there are programs where you can spend an awful lot of money, and they will help you stop smoking. There's a question of whether there is a psychological advantage to that. I mean, when I say a lot of money, I mean some of these programs, they went $200–300,
yes.
a lot of money. Do you think that the psychology of, you know, saving nickels and dimes and quarters and so you get $300 and then plopping it down, that helps?
Oh, sure. For some people, they need to have some reason other than their health and an expensive item that they want to take care of. And protect is a good way to quit. And really, you know, whatever turns you on or off.
As you said, though, if you want to do that, if that's important to you, then just donate the money to the Christmas Seal League.
That's a very good alternative. Thank you.
The phone number, 621-0400. All you have to do is call in and say, I want the personalized kit that I saw on television today, and you'll send it out right away.
We sure will.
Frank Donahue, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
The weather forecast, partly sunny today with a chance of an afternoon or evening thunder shower. Clear later tonight. Partly sunny again on Wednesday, highs today and again on Wednesday, the mid to upper 80s, low tonight, the middle 60s.
We want to mention again that Harriet Friedlander, our resident astrologer, is enjoying a week's vacation, so she won't be with us until next Monday. Tomorrow morning on Good Day Pittsburgh, we're going to have one of our Kaufman's beauty experts stop by, and this week is going to be treatment for your nails. Also, we're going to have the author of a lovely book called The Dance Book, and we're going to be talking about some do's and don'ts for maybe young people in your house who are interested in taking dance lessons. And Sue Miller, our yoga expert, will be with us tomorrow morning. So hope you'll join us 11:30 to 12 right here on TV 53. Good Day Pittsburgh. In the meantime, you have a nice day. Enjoy the warm sunshine. Bye now.
This has been Good Day Pittsburgh with Eleanor Schano White and Tom Peterson with news. Join us each weekday morning at 11:30 for a special blend of features and interviews on Good Day Pittsburgh.